What's up, TBS crew? It's your boy Steph back with another reaction. This time we have Mr. Creeps. I am being watched by a Wendigo. Creepypasta uploaded September 11th. RIP everyone who passed on that unfortunate day. 2019. Y'all already know. Down in the description will be links to Mr. Creeps' channel, this original video, and all of my social medias. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Recently, a few months ago, I moved into a new house in the mountains. It's almost always cold and I'm surrounded by woods. But I like it, as it's easier to do my job in isolation, with little distractions. I sell paintings and I am paid a small monthly check to write poems for a magazine that is both online and physical. The new surroundings have given me all sorts of inspiration, both for writing and painting. The strange occurrences started about a week into me living here. More and more frequently, I would find dead animals nearby. Not really gored or anything, just dead. Rabbits, birds, and the occasional fox. It freaked me out, but I just assumed a predator of sorts was showing off because they felt threatened by me. I decided to always carry a gun around and a taser, just to be safe.
Yep.
I also decided to call an expert of the mountains and ask him to visit. When he came, he seemed worried. Now, this man was a fairly old Native American who had lived in these mountains for about his whole life. So this concerned me, knowing he knew just about everything on this mountain. He sat me down and he told me a tale of a dark creature, born of hunger and cold. A Wendigo.
Damn ice cream.
I was skeptical. This was a creature of fiction. At least I thought it was.
You thought wrong.
He left with a stern warning to never stray too far from home without a good reason, and to never follow the voices of the forest, as it may be the Wendigo luring me to their feeding grounds. I spent the next few days watching the woods closely. Maybe if I got a glimpse of whatever was in the woods, my mind could be put at ease. At first, I saw nothing, and then I saw a swift movement among the underbrush and trees. It wasn't until around the 5th day of watching, I saw something clearly. Something standing upright, with deer-like legs staring at me with pale eyes. I quickly went inside, suddenly feeling chilled to the bone. I had to pump myself up a little bit before I could go back outside to do my painting and wood watching. I found myself putting what I could see of the creature in my paintings, but I could never catch the coldness of its eyes quite right. It fascinated and it terrified me greatly, but I couldn't stop. The creature got braver, showing a bit more as time passed. I could now confirm it had a large set of antlers, and its front limbs were not hooves, like its back legs, but claws instead. It watched me as curiously as I watched it. I knew then that it was likely a Wendigo, one that decided to watch me, although I didn't dare attempt to approach it.
No.
Knowing that its curious nature might be as deceiving as a wolf's smile. Although I never verbally called it this name, I subconsciously named it Branch.
Why?
It seemed suiting. He started, or I think it was a him, pushing over items on my porch, like empty paint pots and small decorations, going back to the tree line by the time I come outside. It didn't really bother me, as nothing got damaged. It kind of reminded me of a cat, actually. I began speaking to it, not expecting responses. While I painted, I would just ramble out loud, knowing that he was just at the trees. I don't know if he listened, but I think he did. as his ears would face towards me the whole time. Those long, slightly disproportionate ears. One day, he approached with scars, a few still bleeding. This concerned me, but I couldn't get close to him. He was an injured animal and would even more likely attack me if I got close. After a few days, they healed to pale marks on his skin. This happened a few times, but I learned to ignore it. This routine went on for a good while. I watched him, he watched me, but we kept our distance. But that changed yesterday. He approached me and I didn't even notice until I saw his shadow. I looked up and I saw shaggy black fur that smelled like rotting meat. I could see his cold, empty eyes so clearly now. They were genuinely curious, but hungry. I didn't move. I froze up. I didn't even shiver. After what seemed like an eternity, he turned and headed towards the trees. I didn't dare move until he disappeared among the trees. I went inside and I called the man that had warned me of them. He agreed to come pick me up when he could. I'm waiting for the man to get here. Branches staring at me through the window. A few hours after the man pulled in the front, which unlucky for me was where Branch was, I got the meat chop that I'd pulled out earlier and I stepped outside. Branch was staring through the window. When he turned to look at me, I made sure to look at his chest fur rather than his eyes. Those soulless, cold eyes. I threw the meat. He ignored it and didn't even twitch. I started to slowly move towards the man's truck. Branch's eyes tracking me. As I moved off the porch, he started to follow me, his hooves making heavy footfall on the wood. His eyes never left me. As I slowly made my way to the car,
Why are you so calm?
he slowly followed, staying 3 feet away.
You're being stalked
No more, no less.
by a creature.
When I finally made it in, he was still staring, with those cold, empty eyes. The man slowly pulled out and started down the long mountain trail. He started muttering about how I shouldn't even have let it get this far, as well as other colorful words and terms. Right now, I'm at his cottage at the base of the mountain. I'm still shaken and I don't know if I want to risk going back. His wife is lovely and treats me well, as far as guests go, but I know that I'll have to leave soon. The man explained that the Wendigo was one well known on the mountain, known for only attacking young females, always leaving the head intact. Now, this is only semi-relevant, as I am a man, but he can't explain why he's taken a sudden interest in me. Maybe he's contemplating eating me. In a few hours, he's taking me back. He's given me food, a gun, several rounds, and a blowtorch.
What the fuck?
I got home an hour ago. Branch wasn't there, but my porch looked like a tornado had passed, and I think there's shit by the doorstep. I quickly went inside and I locked the doors and the windows. I don't think he knows that I'm back yet, and I frankly don't want him to know. It's been a few hours and no sign of him. I don't want to go outside to tidy up my porch. I'm too scared to. It's hard to swallow the sandwich I made because of the tension I'm feeling, but I have to eat. I think I'm gonna take a nap after I finish it. He's here. He's staring into the windows and making distorted huffs and brays, occasionally stamping his hooves on the porch. He can't see me right now because I'm behind the couch, but he sounds angry. banging his antlers on the glass. He's trying to break it, and it's starting to crack. The glass shattered. My heart is pounding. My ears are ringing. I can smell the rotten meat that he reeks of. He crawled in through the window.
That's nasty.
I think he can smell me. He started knocking over random things, but I'm frozen. I can't bring myself to peek. I might try to make a run for it, or I'll have to wait it out.
You're not doing too good.
He just went down the hall. I'm gonna go out to the front and run. I don't know how far I ran, but the sun went down by the time I stopped, and the temperature is definitely below freezing. Luckily, I was already wearing a heavy coat, and I found a small overhang. I'm gonna rest. Hopefully, he doesn't find me. I woke up, but it's still dark out. It's only 12. I slept 3 hours. I'm shivering like crazy, but the overhang helps a little, blocking the wind. The forest seems still. Nothing is stirring. Not even the owls are hooting. I'm gonna go back to sleep. Hopefully it's light out when I wake up this time. I woke up an hour or so ago, and I started walking towards the base of the mountain. My limbs feel numb, but the movement has helped. The forest is still eerily quiet, and I keep finding blood puddles and tufts of fur. I think Branch threw a massive tantrum. I need to find a house with people in it. Safety in numbers.
I'm still tripping that you named it.
I didn't bring the gun. I know, I'm stupid.
Very.
But I just wanted to get away from him.
Are you sure?
I started running again. I heard what sounded like hooves, and I swear that I smelled the rotting flesh again. If he catches me on his turf, I'm honestly fair game to kill, even if I'm not his preferred food. I found a field of corpses. Deer, bears, rabbit, wolves, and birds. Dead animals everywhere. I quickly went around it, holding my breath, trying not to puke. I guess that's why the forest was so quiet. He killed all the animals in a fit, like a violent child throwing a tantrum. A child that could easily rip out my throat and cave in my ribcage and skull.
Damn.
I'm seriously hoping that he isn't following me. I can see houses. I think I found one of those retreats for monks or whatever, who take up vows of silence. I'm gonna see if they can help me. Good news. They happily let me into a living area where I could warm up, and they provided food and a warm drink. I think it's just milk, though. They contacted someone and wrote me a note saying that somebody would be coming for me to take me off the mountain. A few decided to be curious, so I explained what had happened. A few wrote me off, but others gave me scared, shocked looks. They've taken me to a bedroom and communicated that I can sleep until the person coming to get me actually gets here. When he does, I'm not going back. My things can stay there, as can Branch. I'll find somewhere else to live, like an apartment in the city, with people. I was able to sleep a few hours before the guy came. I told him to just take me to the nearest town. I'm outside of a motel right now, slowly making calls and arrangements. I'm never going back to that place with that thing ever again.
I'm gonna be honest. Had that Wendigo got to you, man, you would have deserved everything it would have did to you, because you were too calm about it. You were scared, yeah, but you went through the process of naming it and get, it began bringing you stuff and like, no, fam, like, no. You have a mythical creature, killer creature at that, coming around watching you, and you know it's watching you, and you're not spazzing the fuck out. No, I wouldn't have felt sorry had anything happened to you. I don't know if you guys could tell, but during the video I kind of started spacing out. Man, I am extremely tired. Like, as soon as I get done recording these videos, I'm going straight to sleep, because man, these 2 jobs, man, they be killing me, man. It's like dead ass. Like, the only time I'm here is to eat and sleep and shower and brush my teeth, and that's really about it, fam. Like, because by the time I get here, I already gotta go to the other job, or like, there's a couple of days next week I'm gonna be having to work both jobs in one day. So I'm gonna have to do a morning shift with one job and then an evening/night shift with the other one, like a 3 to 11 or something like that. So yeah, I'd be tired as hell, but I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging. I know y'all be wanting me to get these reactions out, so I'm definitely gonna get them out. Not to mention, I'm gonna start working on a series for the channel. Not a reaction series. It'll be like an original video series that I'm gonna start doing. I got the title for it. I just need to start collecting content for it. It'll be a humorous, but also like a realistic type of series. Like, you'll laugh at a lot of it, but you'll also be like, I've done that before, or I'm going through that now, or I'm gonna be going through that or doing that in the future. So it'll be relatable, yet rambunctious, funny as hell. So y'all definitely gonna want to tune in with that. I'm not sure exactly when I'll get that initiated and get that plan implemented, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted, or I'll just surprise you with it one day. So definitely stay tuned. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. If you enjoyed the reaction, leave a like, a comment, and share the video. And if you really liked it, subscribe to the channel, join the TBS crew, and tap that bell icon so you will get notified every time your boy Steph drop new content, which I do on a weekly basis. That is all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.